in the shadows within the government and drawing salary from the public exchequer. However, helping Pakistani terror outfits, providing logistics to the terrorists, propagating terrorist ideology and raising finances and furthering the secessionist agenda. So these are the important inputs that we are getting with regards to this big breaking news. A cleanup is in the process within the administration against all those officials who have consistently been supporting these terrorist ecosystem from within the government machinery in Jammu and Kashmir. And these are the details that we are getting you. What we are learning is that these people were surreptitiously inducted into government machinery by the political regime of different shades in the past. Now the crackdown that has begun continues against 4 more government officials is what we are learning currently. We will get you further details with regards to these more government officials as we get more details with regards to them. Right now the context that we have with regards to the story is that there is a cleanup in the process that's taking place. Right now, Tejinder Singh joining us on this broadcast to bring us more details with regards to the story. Tejinder, a very good morning to you. Well, very firstly, if you could bring the latest that we are getting in the story first.
A very good morning to you and all our viewers. You see, the Jammu and Kashmir government, since LG Manoj Sinha took over, he has made it that the entire ecosystem of the terror network in Jammu and Kashmir is uprooted. Even yesterday when I was talking to the Chief Secretary of Jammu and Kashmir, Arun Kumar Mehta, he made it sure that this government has resolved that it is not going to tolerate anti-national activities, especially within the system. All those government employees who are working on behest of Pakistan, all those government employees who are aiding terror network in Jammu and Kashmir would be identified and they would be weeded out from the system. As part of this, more than 50 employees so far has been sacked by the Jammu and Kashmir government. This sacking has not been arbitrary. This is what we have been told. The decision has been taken under the Constitution, the provision 3112(c), which gives the powers to the government that can take a decision to sack any government employee who is found indulged in anti-national activities. Right now, what we are told that 4 government employees have today been sacked. They have been identified. Salam Rathar, he's a lab bearer in higher education department. The investigation which the Jammu and Kashmir government has done, it shows that after joining the government services in 1990, Salam Rathar would hardly show up for the duty and instead emerged as one powerful, effective activist of terror outfit like Hizbul Mujahideen in Kulgam district. Instead of performing his official duties, he was indulged in aiding terrorists. But we are told he took active part in terror activities in 1990s and early 2000. He was recruiting the gullible youth from various educational institutes to take up arms, arms against the Indian establishment. But we are told that during those he established contact with most dreaded Pakistan terrorists of the Lashkar-e-Toiba terror outfit, code named Sajid Jatt, whose actual name is Habibullah Muhammad Rafiq, a resident of Kasur, Pakistan. Malik would eventually take the reins of Lashkar-e-Toiba in Fire Valley and become the so-called chief commander of the outfit before escaping to Pakistan in 2005. So Salim Rathar helped Sajid Jatt to build a huge network of overground workers, sympathizers, logistics supporters, recruiters in area of Yaripura, Kulgam, Bij Behara and Zainpura. So he was one who was instrumental in carrying out and aiding terror attacks on various security forces establishments. He was the one who was responsible for carrying out, helping terror out in Kulgam and other parts of Kashmir to propagate the terror network. The other employee who has been sacked has been identified as Dr. Nisar Hassan. He is assistant professor medicine at the Shri Maharaja Hari Hospital in Srinagar. But we are told by our sources that Nisarul Hassan was appointed as a consultant of medicine in the hospital.
Right,
he has been working as assistant professor medicine, but he was also
Right.
actively involved in aiding, abetting, and supporting terrorism in Kashmir Valley. Third employee.
Tejinder, I'm very sorry. I will have to interrupt you there. We will come back to get more details with regards to the 4 government officials that we are looking at who this crackdown is against. Right now, we also have Ishan joining us live on this broadcast to bring us more details with the story. Ishan, this is a rather organized crackdown that we are seeing. Right now, what are the actions that we see that these 4 government officials are facing? What are the charges and what are the action that is being taken against them?
Well, it's also important to understand here that the post-resolution of Article 370, government empowered itself to weed out all those people who are part of the system and are very much trying to work against India and have been accused by the government of working against India. And that empowerment gives government power to sack these employees who they found to be indulged in secessionist, anti-India activities, have been trying to fund, funnel, and support militancy in any form in Kashmir Valley. And one of the interesting facts of this particular sacking is one policeman, Abdul Majid. He is a resident. He was caught with narcotics, in one of these raids that the police carried out to make sure that the terrorism, which police has been talking about from a long time, that one of them was caught in this action, and then now he has been suspended. Also, one, the narcotics that police says is being sent from across to funnel and channelize the militancy in Kashmir Valley, at the same time give money to those who run and support all this. And this is one of the interesting facts from this particular, sacking, that a policeman, a constable, has also been sacked who was involved in trying to get that drugs to the youth of Kashmir. And that is clearly pointed out by our sources that he was involved in it. He was caught when the consignment was recovered, and then his arrest was also made in the case in Kupwara. Post that, the investigation revealed that he was involved in giving it to gullible youth and also making it addiction among the youth. Now, what does it do? It creates a funneling and funding of money, because there was a handler across who was a former, resident of Kupwara and is sitting in, and he was sending that, and then he was getting it to other people. He has also been sacked in that. And apart from that, the government has trying to ensure that all those people who are part of that particular settlement or have been in the past have been actively involved in street violence. For example, there is one more person in the list who has been working in the education department and was a teacher, but he has several FIRs against him in Kupwara for creating unrest in 2009, for provoking allegedly people to attack a guard post in Kupwara, in which it was set on fire. There is an FIR which was also lodged. Then he was detained under PSA back then.
Ishan.
But yes,
Ishan,
now
I'm
the
very
action has
sorry.
been taken.
I'll have to interrupt you there. We will come back to you for more details. Right now, we have SP Vaid, who's the former Jammu And Kashmir DGP, joining us on this broadcast to bring us more details and context within the story. Mr. Vaid, a very good morning to you. Well, very firstly, my question to you would be, we've been consistently seeing these crackdowns taking place. Earlier, there were 50 other officials who have been terminated, and now the crackdown is against 4 other people. This ongoing process, if you could bring us more details with this ongoing process, this crackdown been taking place.
See, this is a continuous process of identifying people who have in the past indulged in anti-national activities and have specific FIRs, specific complaints against them, which have been verified, and just to ensure that no innocent is punished. But sensitive departments like education, health, police are very crucial, and education department is supposed to be grooming young children. You have teachers having sympathy with terrorists, creating law and order situation, creating anti-national sentiment. I think such people need to be, and they can't be on the government roles. At the same time, acting against the nation, against the state. So this will continue. Already, a lot of dead bodies have been identified, and such people have been removed. It's a continuous process, and it will continue. I think this is required for the peace in the state and overall good of the Jammu and Kashmir